Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I heard like 4 people. We're here, we're live, and we're in person. We're also virtual. So let's try that one more time. I know it's not Friday night yet, but it's almost Friday, right? Okay, there we go. Good evening, everybody. There we go. Now that sounds more of like a full house. Are you guys having a good time so far tonight? Excellent. My name is Evrod. You can give a round of applause for that. It is so wonderful to be here tonight and to actually be able to see you in person. My name is Evrod Cassimy. I am the morning anchor at WDIV and a recording artist, and it is my absolute pleasure to be here serving as your MC tonight for Black Family Development's Board of Directors Hope and Healing Celebration of Praise. And it is going to be a celebration tonight. Now, we certainly hope that you guys got a chance to enjoy the incredible hors d'oeuvres that were out there, and that we are pleased to welcome you to an exciting evening of song and celebration. We want to give a special welcome to everybody that's joining us virtually online. Why don't you give them a quick wave, a round of applause, whatever you'd like to do. They're all watching online virtually tonight. And we are ready to kick this night off and have a lot of fun. Additionally, this year, I am pleased to not only serve as your MC, but also as your live music entertainment for the evening, singing some of my own original music and some Christmas music as well, because it is the holidays. It's December, right? Merry Christmas. There we go. And I do want to point out, when you are exiting or when you are coming into the theater here, there is a table set up and a beautiful young lady that has 3 of my albums, and they are for sale tonight. And because I believe so much in what the mission is here at Black Family Development Incorporated, I'm donating a percentage of the proceeds tonight to the nonprofit. So make sure that you continue to show your support, pick up some great music, and continue to show support as well. Thank you. And for everybody that's watching virtually online, there is a link that will be emailed to you if it hasn't been already. It's evrodcassimy.com/store, where you can go there and purchase the CD online. And again, a percentage of the sales from tonight will go to BFDI. So thank you for that. And we want each and every one of you, as our esteemed audience, to know that tonight's fundraising event is very, very important. All of your donations and your contributions support children and families who have service needs that cannot be met with the very designated grant dollars that BFDI is pleased to receive annually. For families, for example, families that come to BFDI for mental health, trauma recovery, school-based services, and literacy support for their children ages 0 to 5 might need things like food or clothing or shelter. Those needs are essential for their well-being. These are basic human needs, but they're often not covered under the agency's grant funding intended to ensure that these families are provided with critical social work services. Last year, BFDI serviced and served 5,540 individuals, even in the middle of the pandemic. Can we give them a round of applause for that? They made sure that their mission continued, and it's thanks to each and every one of you that is here today. So tonight, I want you to sit back. I want you to get ready for an exciting, exciting evening. Enjoy what you're about to see, and also help to see how your dollars are going to work to support the lives of families this wonderful organization serves. It is my honor to introduce to you somebody that you all know very well, and a good friend of mine as well. She's the Chief Executive Officer of this incredible organization. Let's give a warm welcome to Mrs. Kenyatta Stevens.
Good evening to everyone here, including our online viewing audience. I am so glad to see faces. I agree with Evrod. We have been behind cameras with Zoom and behind masks for so long that we've missed this one-on-one contact. So thank you all for being here, and thank you for our online audience and your attention to this wonderful event. As we begin, I think it's important to give honor where honor is due. So I'm asking you to join me in an invocation, please. An invitation for the Holy Spirit to just take over our assembly today. So please bow with me. In Psalm 139, verses 1 through 3, it says, "Sing to the Lord a new song, his praise in the assembly of the saints. Let the people of Zion be glad in their king. Let them praise his name. Tonight is a day of celebration." Mighty God, we welcome you into this evening's assembly. With hearts full of gratitude, we thank you for another year. Those of us present in person and online have much to be thankful for. 2021 has brought moments in which we found great joy despite the pandemic. But in contrast, many of us present here and online have held hands with friends and loved ones through difficult moments over the last 12 months. Yet tonight, we will celebrate because we are together in order to celebrate the hope and healing that has occurred in 2021. Father, thank you for each of our honorees, our sponsors, our funding partners, and the staff that make the agency's work come to life every day. Thank you for the families, the neighborhood leaders, and the community organizations that this agency is blessed with which to partner. Thank you for Evrod and his family, and may you be pleased with all that is said and done this evening. In your son, Jesus' name, amen. Thank you for joining me for the invocation. Tonight's Emcee is truly amazing. Just give him another round of applause. He is consistently, in private, a humanitarian. And so if those of you who may follow him on social media, you'll see that he has done events for Department Public Schools and Cass Tech and others. And so we are blessed to have him here celebrating with us. And so while in his private life, he is certainly humanitarian, his public services have extended beyond the news industry as well now into the music industry. And with 3 albums, as he mentioned to his credit, he has performed on stages and shared and rubbed elbows with R&B music greats such as Boyz II Men. Give it up for Boyz II Men and give it up for Neo. And so again, we thank you, Evrod, for being here with us today. Online viewing audience, please make sure you give him his props and put the likes and the kind comments in the chat. This year's event is entitled A Celebration of Praise. During tonight's celebration, we will have the honor of recognizing the accomplishments of young people, as well as esteemed community leaders for whom recognition is quite well due. Tonight's event is sure to bring smiles and a warm feeling on our insides that will last the entire holiday season through. For those of you who may not be quite as familiar with our organization, we are 43 years young, and we prioritize exuding a spirit of unconditional love. Our staff is truly amazing. Our board is truly amazing. We are committed to partnering with children, young people, and adults and families to help them achieve their aspirations. So your participation tonight in this fundraiser is so critical. As Evrod mentioned, there are so many things that we enjoy doing with our families, and not all of those can be done with the designated grant dollars we have. And so, for example, coming here to this beautiful museum, we are so excited when we have opportunities through fundraising dollars to bring our boys and young men of color to places like this, where they can see legends and icons that look like them so that they know what they can do and be. So your work and your support is important. We also want to recognize that we would not be here tonight without our funders, as well as the generous sponsors. Some of the business sponsors tonight, you'll see on the slide, are MGM Grand Detroit, Authority Health, Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network, Wayne State University, the Detroit branch of the NAACP, BFDI Training Institute, BFD Educational Services Incorporated, Franklin Wright Settlement, Ascension, Michigan, Clark Hill, Insight Youth and Family Connections, Jean Wright and the Joseph L. Hudson Jr. Foundation, and Sarah Metro. Now, please help me by joining with a round of applause for our sponsors tonight. We will begin our celebration of praise with a hope and healing message from a beloved young lady who was part of our BFDI family. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Chantel Phillips to the stage. As you will hear, Ms. Chantel is a woman of promise, and for a few minutes, she's going to share with us her heart.
Hello, everyone. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Okay? I'll quote this from the powerful Maya Angelou, and I live by this every day. On October 4th, 2018, my mother received her angel wings. I was a senior in high school. I can remember like it was yesterday. I felt as if my throat was filled with bread and my brain just couldn't connect the pieces that my mom, Leola Henderson, would no longer be with me physically. I've cried as many tears as Niagara Falls, and I went back to school 3 days later with the vision and mission to succeed well beyond a stereotype and a perception. A stereotype of being that Black girl, a minority with trauma and isolation to make poor decisions or even a decision. A decision to pave the way for my success or pave the way for a life of hopes and wishes. A perception to be something or to be not. I was blessed to have a strong, patient, loving, and giving mother to talk to me when I didn't even know how to talk to myself, who rode Detroit City buses day and night to take me to school, who fed me when she didn't have any money. How did she do it? How did I do it? People. People like you and me who are here to uplift and motivate, to love and to give. People who aren't reluctant to go the extra mile for someone else. People like Black Family Development who have helped me when I thought I was all alone. During one of the most difficult times in my life, Black Family Development gave me a scholarship in which I was able to manage the expenses for college. From high school to college, my love for them grew tremendously because they have always shown up for me in difficult times. And for that, I say thank you. My heart says thank you. And I'm pretty sure all of these beautiful faces here tonight says thank you, BFDI, for being here. And I want to say thank you all for sharing this moment with me as I shared my story, used my voice, and opened my heart. Today, I feel amazing. I feel blessed to be here 3 years later after my mother's passing to say, I am strong, I am Black, and I am proud, and I am a healer. I am a woman of promise who will continue to strive and to give. In the future, expect to see me using my voice and creating the change that I want to see. Thank you so much.
Let's give her one more round of applause for being so vulnerable and for sharing her story with us. Thank you for sharing your celebration of praise. We're so proud of you, and we're celebrating right along with you. We enjoyed hearing your heart and your determination as you continue to achieve your goals, and we know that she will, right? So tonight, we want to have just a little bit of fun. Tonight's musical selections are going to share a theme of family. Many of the songs that you're going to hear tonight, actually almost all of them, I wrote myself. A reflection of the important moments in my life, the important people in my life, and also some times that we can just reflect, laugh, and have a good time with friends or loved ones. You guys want to have a little bit of fun tonight? Okay. Well, this first song that I want to do for you guys, it is from my first album. The song is called 90s R&B. How many of you guys like 90s R&B music? Okay. All right, we'll go ahead. This is called 90s R&B, and I want you guys to really take a step back to that point where you remember some of the great 90s R&B artists as the DJ plays the song. This is an homage to some of my favorite 90s R&B artists, and you're going to listen to that song. Okay? If you know some of my music, feel free to sing along.
I want that 90s R&B. I want to go and brandy. Show about that jagged edge. It's a voice man. I want that music from way back when. We all go higher. Tyrese, Aaliyah, that's WDIV. You need that one sweater. I need that 90s. That's the 90s. Everybody has that one song that takes you back. Back in the day, it was sliding in the DMs. It goes down in the DMs. You had to wait till holla at Charlie on the weekend. Staying up late and watching BBC jams. Go, TV round. I know that when they play the music, they feel like it's how we roll. I want that 90s R&B. I want that music back when. Okay, I want the fire. Tyrese, Aaliyah, that's WDIV. You need that one as well. I need that 90s. That's 90s. I need it. Get my hands on your waist, kissing your face for a good plan. So that's the beautiful music, and I'm in love with you. Don't want to lie, turn the music up. Oh, get back at it. Stop it. She knows she bad. What she cute, she got the bad. All my ladies, I'm Emcee, Tyrese, that's WDIV. You need that one as well. I need that 90s. That's 90s.
Thank you very much. That was just a little fun to kick things off on a very exciting note. This next song, hold on one second. This next song that I want to do is one of the newer songs from my new album. This song I wrote after recovering from COVID. I battled it, one of the first people in our state, and was hospitalized for an entire day. And when I was released from the hospital, I wanted to write a song that would empower other people that were going through a similar fight. Whether it was you've lost your job, whether you've lost a loved one, whether you were dealing with marital issues, anything that you were trying to get through, I wanted people to remember that they're good enough. And this is what I came up with. So much pain, it's time. Can't tell me nothing, no fighting, just nothing. No more pain, need to save us, trying to save us. I'm your friend, I'm your neighbor. We the energy with me. Trying to prove it, but I got all the people who would be back. No reason, just waiting for you.
Don't stop what you're achieving. You made it this far. Keep striving, go higher. You made it through the fire. You can't give up now. Keep climbing, keep pushing. Yeah, good love. I know it's been rough. You good love. I got sick of my soul friends. Heartache will never end. Better days are coming. Do you believe that? The sun is shining from above. My heart is full with so much love. Move on from us. Listen, keep growing, believing. Don't stop running, achieving. You made it this far. Keep striving, go higher. You made it through the fire. You can't give up now. Keep going on. I know it's been rough, yeah. It seems like everything ain't going right. Remember these words, you've got so much road. Don't give up the fight. 'Cause I believe in you, you believe in you too. God is all you need. You'll be triumphant. So if you love, I know it's been wrong.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Well, all right. Thank you. Please join me in welcoming back to the stage Mrs. Kenyatta Stevens.
Wasn't that great? Woo! Well, there is more where that came from. He is not finished. Thank you, Chantel, for your testimony. Thank you, Evrod, for those exciting selections. We look forward to the next segment. So each of you were invited to bring a gift for a special young boy or girl for tonight's event. We are so proud to partner with our neighborhood and association leaders in several different communities. And I'm going to ask if they're present. The three of those leaders from the community join me today. So I would like to introduce Kenyatta Campbell, Mose Primus, and Byron Spivey. So as they're coming up, I will introduce them. Kenyatta is the executive director of the Cody Rouge Community Action Alliance, and Byron is the vice president of the Yorkshire Woods Neighborhood Association, and Mose Primus is the president of that same association. Children in their respective communities will receive the holiday gifts as presents that will be wrapped by their parents. So we'll provide the wrapping paper, the tape, etc. And leaders from those communities will be helpful in disseminating those to their recipients. And so we're asking that Kenyatta and Mose and Byron share a brief word with you.
Well, good evening, everyone. Again, my name is Kenyatta Campbell, and I'm the founder and executive director for the Cody Rouge Community Action Alliance. It has truly been a blessing to be able to serve almost 15 years in the community, and I am so thankful and grateful to be a partner of Black Family Development. We spent many years in developing and building from the bottom up in Cody Rouge, and we could not have done it without Black Family Development. So I thank you all, Ms. Thompson, Kenyatta, Kevin, Zenobia, and Derek. You all have been a tremendous help in our neighborhood. Our residents love Black Family Development. And again, we could not have done it without you all. We're grateful and thankful that you all have selected the Cody Rouge community as a community to support our young people during the holidays. As you know, many families have lost loved ones in their jobs. And then at this particular time, it's really difficult for families to be able to provide for their children. So again, thank you all for selecting our young people to be the recipients this year for your toy drive. Again, thank you.
Well, good evening, everyone. Andra, I miss you because I work in early, but I catch you first thing. I want to say it's been an honor to be a part of Black Family Development, and they have helped us grow. Absolutely. They have helped us grow. We are now part of the My Brother's Keeper through Black Family Development. And, you know, I've never been good on names, so y'all have to excuse me. But Mr. Derek is the one I talk to all the time, and we always talk about some chicken. But anyway, to the whole Black Family Development family, we love you, we respect you, and want to continue to work with you. And I'm gonna let my president say something because I'll be messed up in a minute.
Well, he's the president, I'm the vice president. All right, but again, to piggyback on what Mo said, Black Family Development has meant a lot to Yorkshire Woods community, different donations. I mean, we was down cutting grass and our lawnmowers and stuff broke. A couple of them were stolen. Next thing you know, here's Mr. Blackman calling us, say, man, we got some lawnmowers for you. We got some trimmers. And it allowed us to continue to do the work that we were doing in our neighborhood. So it's just little things like that that make me proud to be affiliated with the organization. And, you know, on another note, I get blessed by Black Family Development twice because I am the Recreation Center Supervisor at Howman Recreation Center. And, you know, before COVID hit, first of all, they always have a community meeting at my building once a month. The neighbors love it. The children love it. They give away gifts. They feed us well. And it's a great meeting, and it's a lot of information given, and it's a lot of help for our community. A lot of chicken, baked and fried. But not only that, but the one of the biggest things they did for me, they donated some cash to my building. I think it was like $400, $500, but all that money went to teaching swimming lessons to our children in the neighborhood. So I got to scholarship so many kids that summer, and we teaching our kids how to swim. And I know it's efforts like that that's going to keep our neighborhood going. It's going to keep our city going. So thank you, BFDI, for everything you do. Ms. Thompson, Mr. Blackman, my man KB. But, you know, that's an old story I tell y'all about. But it's a wonderful organization, and thank you for helping us, and I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
If those of you who are here or our online audience is interested in continuing to drop off gifts or contribute gift cards to the teens in those communities, feel free to do so on by dropping items off to our main office on East Grand Boulevard. And we are just excited to have our neighborhood partners and association leaders partner with us. It is my pleasure to bring Evrod back to the stage for a few additional selections before we bring our honorees to the stage.
Thank you so much. It is my absolute pleasure to be here with each and every one of you tonight. This is my second year as MC and first year now as performer for this event. And I want to tell you a little bit about this song. This next song is called Green Eyes. And I wrote it about my wife. And when we first started dating, I had written a song that was sort of looking to the future of what I thought my wife would look like. And I had mentioned in the song Brown Eyes. So when we started dating, she would always tell me, well, you know, I don't have brown eyes. So I went into the lab, wrote a song, called it Green Eyes, and I surprised her. She's not here tonight. She's at home with our 3 kids. But I love singing this song to her whenever she is here. So this is Green Eyes.
It was like a spotlight that hit you when you walked in the room, and I had to stop and catch my breath. It's not a moment too soon. We started talking and exchanged information, and that's when I knew. Down the aisle, in all white, pink is to fill this room. There's no such thing as a person who's perfect, but you're perfect to me. There's no greater love or a woman who's perfect, but with you I'll spend eternity. I can't count the ways that you make me smile more than you realize. I couldn't live my life without looking into your beautiful green eyes. I didn't believe in love at first sight, but a man could change his mind. 'Cause from the moment we met, I realized something so beautiful really does exist. And I thank the Lord above for giving me this gift. And through all the ups and downs, I'll always be your eyes. There's no such thing as a person who's perfect, but you're perfect to me. There's no greater love or a woman who's perfect, but with you I'll spend eternity. Count the ways that you make me smile more than you realize. I couldn't live my life without looking into your beautiful green eyes. Love ain't always easy, but we were meant to be. Just put your hands in mine, seven your green eyes. And when I see you smile, I love you. Oh, you love me too. And I love you. Oh, you love me too. Oh, I couldn't live without your beautiful, beautiful. And when we're older, baby, I'm gonna show you. As a person is perfect, but you're perfect to me. There's no greater love or a woman who's perfect, but with you I'll spend eternity. Let me count the ways that you make me smile more than you realize. I couldn't live my life without looking into your beautiful. There's no such thing as a person who's perfect to me. There's no greater love or a woman who's perfect. You want to spend eternity. Let me count the ways that you make me smile more than you realize. I couldn't live my life without looking into your beautiful green eyes.
Thank you, thank you. So the year was 2020, and my wife and I found out that we were pregnant with our 3rd child. But our road to having our third child was full of ups and downs. We have lost 3 babies. And for anybody that has had a miscarriage, it is one of the most difficult things that you can ever experience as a couple. It was devastating every single time that it happened. And you wonder, why me? Why her? God, why would you allow something like this to happen? When we initially found out that we were pregnant, I wrote a song called Mama. And then unfortunately, we lost that child. So I wanted to still put that song out, but I held on to it for a little while because it was still such a difficult topic. So then when we found out that we were pregnant during the pandemic, don't ask, we found out we have 2 boys, 9 and 4, and we found out that we were having a girl. And it was the most exciting time of my life. I wrote this song to celebrate moms because you are some of the strongest people. So I wrote this song not just to celebrate my wife for everything that she went through, but also for my mother for raising me to be who I am today. And I'm so thankful for her each and every day. So this song, it's from my third album available now. It's called E3. But this song here from E3 is called Mama.
We may not see eye on everything, but that's the beauty, the light creates. But it's worth thankful, always put me first, thankful. And I appreciate everything you've given me. All the love you show me, 'cause I am. It's for all the things you mean to me. And so amazingly accepting, and I appreciate. I am what I am, you made me this way. I'm able to stand because of your grace. Mama, staying up late, rocking the babies to sleep.
Mom,
Oh yeah,
I want you.
my wifey, best mama for real. Never complaining, no hesitating, always be tired, but it's all for the babies. So much love for the 3 we lost and the 1 to come. You always give your all. It's for all the things you mean to me. And so amazingly accepting, and I appreciate. I am what I am, 'cause you made me this way. I'm able to stand because of your grace. Mama. Listen, this one's for the mamas. It's so hard to mama. I love my mama, grandmama. To the mamas in heaven, you're such a blessing. What you want to be, you're still the mama to me. Yeah. It's for all the things you mean to me. Yeah. You're so accepting, and I appreciate. I am what I am, 'cause you made me this way. I'm able to stand because of your grace. Mama, yeah.
How many moms do we have here in the house tonight? I want to thank each and every one of you for what you do for all of humanity. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Evrod. This section and segment of tonight's celebration is really devoted now to our scholarship awardees and recipients and 5 amazing community leaders whose life work brings hope and healing to others every day. I will be joined this evening by BFDI's Chief Operating Officer, the wonderful, amazing, spectacular, always available, always willing, dynamic. Did I say enough? Should I say more? Dr. LaTanya Shelton.
I always blush when people speak of me. I guess that's the southern part of me. But thank you. Alice G. Thompson served as Chief Executive Officer of Black Family Development Incorporated for 25 years. We affectionately call her Mother Alice. In 2019, the BFDI Board of Directors enacted the Alice G. Thompson Scholarship with support from MGM Grand. We will recognize 3 scholarship awardees this evening. 2 of those awardees are also recipients of the Gerald K. Smith Book Scholarship. Dr. Ann Smith, the wife of the late Dr. Gerald Smith, continues to support or be a longtime supporter of the scholarship. Dr. Gerald Smith was a Detroit champion for children. His work with the Kellogg Foundation, the National Association of Black Social Workers, Franklin Wright Settlement, and the founding of Detroit's Youth Bill spoke to his love for young people and his belief that children or youth will achieve. Before we begin the spotlight on the 2020-21 scholarship awardees, we invite Mother Alice G. Thompson to stand and receive recognition for her ongoing support for student scholarship. We love you, Mother Alice. We are celebrating the following 3 2021 high school graduates. Dejan McHelsko, a June 2020 graduate of Osborne High School, who now attends Michigan State University. Sydney Smith, a June 2020 graduate of Cass Technical High School, who now attends Florida A&M University. And Shania Leonard, a June 2020 graduate of Osborne High School, who now attends Central Michigan University. Both Dejun and Shania were also recipients of the Dr. Gerald K. Smith Book Scholarship to support their academic goals. While our scholarship recipients were not able to join us this evening, we give our regards to each of their families as well as them for their achievements. It is my pleasure to now recognize the impressive community leaders being highlighted at our event tonight. The first community leader that we will be honoring is Detroit Commissioner Monique Baker McCormick. The Honorable Monique Baker McCormick proudly represents Northwest Detroit's 6th District, where she was born and raised. Commissioner McCormick was first elected to Wayne County Commission in November of 2018 and is serving her 2nd term. She is the chair of the Committee on Health and Human Services and serves on several other city and national level committees, including her role as the vice chair of the Special Committee for Behavioral Health and board member of the Detroit-Wayne County Port Authority. She is a mother of 2 beautiful adult daughters, a veteran of the United States Army, and earned a master's degree in business from, Wash College of Business and Accountancy. Commissioner, it is our pleasure to present
I am
to
Wayne
you
County
tonight
Commissioner Monique Baker
this
McCormick.
award.
I represent Northwest
Our
Detroit.
team has watched you at
So
several
as a
meetings
commissioner,
with
I think
leadership
what
of
brings
grace.
me the
You
most
care
joy
deeply
is to
about
make a
people.
difference.
Indeed,
I love the
is
fact that
a
I'm
privilege and
representing
an honor
an
to
area
witness.
that I was born and raised in.
Wayne
I've
County
attended
officers,
every school, Detroit
your
public schools,
relations
right in
and
my district.
lived
So it's a
experiences.
beautiful thing when you can give back to the people that gave so much to you. As a young person, growing up in Northwest Detroit, I didn't really know what I wanted to be when I grew up, right? So I ended up joining the military. I was in college at the time and ran out of money. And so I joined for that purpose, really to help me through school. But it taught me the discipline that I needed to be and do anything that I want. When I first became a commissioner, I saw blight in our area, and I wanted to do something about it. And so we started the War on Trash. That's an anti-littering initiative that I'm most proud of. And it can change the quality of life. The more trash is in the neighborhood, the more crime. You gotta love where you live first, right? So you have to take care of your neighborhood, because I believe that that's most important. When you sit in a seat like this, you have an opportunity to change things. And as a veteran of the United States Army, I believe that it's our duty to make a difference in our community. I just really appreciate Black family development. It's just an honor that you're giving me this award. It means so much. As a little girl, Black family development was right in my neighborhood. So I would drive past it, all the time. And the work that Black family development does, it's a need that we so appreciate in our community. So again, I thank Black family development for all the 43 years of service that you have brought to our community.
Monique Marks is our second honoree. This recognition is named in honor of BFDI's former CEO, whose life of leadership, courage, and empathy have changed countless lives, Alice G. Thompson. Monique D. Marks is the president and CEO of Franklin Wright Settlements, Incorporated. It is the oldest continuous operating settlement house in the United States of America. Monique has a master's degree in social work from Wayne State University. Go Wayne State. We've got Wayne State in the house. And in May of 2018, Monique was appointed by our own Detroit Mayor Duggan to serve as chair of the Community Education Commission. And that is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to break down barriers for the education of our families and children, particularly in the city of Detroit. In 2019, Monique became board chair of Ecumenical Theological Seminary in Detroit. She is laser focused on fostering others' growth. She's selfless. She is married to attorney and pastor, Dr. Bertram Marks, and together they build community capacity and awareness. They create safety nets for others. That's what you do, Monique. And so we appreciate that she's so committed to not only a local safety net, but she does it nationwide. And so after this video, I have a few more words for you.
My name is Monique Marks. I am the president and CEO of Franklin Wright Settlement. I absolutely love my work. I love my work. I don't call it a job. It's an absolute joy to work in the community in which I was born and raised. What I do brings me more joy than anyone would ever know. Being able to work with seniors and children and individuals that are going through crisis, and having the resources and the wherewithal to be able to work with those families authentically. If you're going to work in the community, you have to have extremely thick skin, but you have to have so much empathy for the families that you work with, because on every given day, it looks different. This work is tough, but it's so rewarding. It's rewarding because at the end of the day, when I go home, I know that I've done my best and I've given everything I've had, and I get to start all over the next day, helping another family reach its amazing goals. I've been transformed by this work, by the amount of confidence that I obtained. When I first walked into this position, I was nervous. I didn't want to fail. I didn't want to make mistakes. And I had so many amazing mentors around me, like Alice Thompson. She had so much confidence in me, confidence that I didn't have. And so by having individuals like Alice Thompson step in when I was a young CEO and help me obtain the confidence, that's the best part of my transformation, is understanding I could do this work and I could do this work well, but I had to depend on others. It really does take a village. That's not just a saying, it's a lifestyle. You have to have people around you that support you, that hold you up when you're having a bad day or something doesn't go your way or you don't get a grant that you need to serve the community. You talk to those individuals and they tell you of the pitfalls that they had. When they called and told me about the award, I had to sit for like 20 minutes thinking, me? In the same sentence with Alice Thompson, the Alice Thompson, the person that just took the city by storm and continues to give, continues to sow a seed, continues to mentor me. That work and that honor means everything to me. I've received other awards, but this one right here hit home in a special way that I'll never, ever forget.
Monique, you are the epitome of an agent of help and healing. We are so amazed at the way you live your life for other people. And so as I think about you, you are like a mother figure to nearly every youth you come in contact with as he or she touches your heart. And so your maternal nature is yet another characteristic that you share with our mother, Alice. And so my sister, it is our pleasure, because of all that you do, to bestow upon you the Alice G. Thompson Courageous Leadership Award. Next, Mr. Eric Doa. Eric Doa is the Chief Executive Officer and President of the Detroit-Wayne Integrated Health Network. The mission of the network is to provide exemplary integrated behavioral health services to support over 73,000 people in Wayne County. In last year alone, DWIN served nearly 200,000 individuals. Mr. Doa was instrumental in the network's system transformation. Essentially, that was a CQR, quality plan, to achieve measurable outcome improvements for the vast population of residents in Wayne County. He is committed to work not just locally, but with federal and state governments to ensure quality health care to Michiganders. He was recently appointed by Governor Whitmer to the Mental Health Diversion Council. He is a member of the National Council for Behavioral Health, Michigan's Crisis Intervention Team Stakeholder Committee, and the Wayne County Jail Diversion Council. And so I have more to say to you, my friend, after your video plays as well.
One of the first things that a leader must recognize is that he or she never does the work alone. You have to look to the people who you work with. Well, my name is Eric Doa. I am the CEO of the Detroit-Wayne Integrated Health Network. This is an awesome organization. We serve well over 75,000 people when it comes to mental health services and substance use disorder services. If there is any enjoyment that I get is the fact that we're able to reach people, and we're serving some of the most vulnerable folks in our community. And the fact that you get to do it with a provider network of over 300 providers, the amazing staff here at Detroit-Wayne, our board as well. But I really look to the people who we serve because, I came from a lawyer's background and to be able to step into this space and know that there are some tremendous folks out here who truly want to reach and provide services to people. The last 20 months have definitely made me realize that we are more aligned in terms of things we share in common than we think. And I think if you were to look across the globe, you'll realize that regardless of who you are, COVID has affected all of us. And I think to be in this space, especially where we're providing services to our most vulnerable, it's not just we're trying to connect people to services. We're also concerned about those social determinant factors, where they lay their head to sleep, whether they have food to eat, whether they have transportation. That's all of part of the work that we do. So to be able to have done all of that in the midst of COVID has truly been a testament to the staff, our partnerships, our provider network, our direct care workers, our clinicians, folks who even make sure that our buildings are prepared for us to come into. I tip my hat off to those folks. The work that you do, if you're truly honest and sincere about it, you don't look to the accolades, because you get that by the fact that you're able to touch and change the lives of people in positive ways. Nevertheless, when your colleagues, recognize you, it's so important, because it lets you know that at the very least, you're doing something that's appreciated by those who have been there before and they've done it. And I look to Black Family Development, and I look to the work that Kenyatta is doing, and I'm so appreciative to have her, not only as a friend, but as a partner, to know that we are all lockstep in the same mission, and that is wanting to bring services to people and improve the quality of life for folks. So, in terms of this award, I accept it and I'm so humbled by it, but I thank, Black Family Development. I thank our organization in Detroit, Wayne. I think the men and women, who work here are so exemplary. And I also want to thank our provider network, to truly our direct care workers. Those are the folks who are in our residential settings, who put their families aside to make sure that they were available and are always available to care for those who are vulnerable. So, thank you, and thanks to the provider network, and I thank our board, obviously, for giving me the opportunity to serve in this role.
So Eric, your intentionality to provide holistic care for vulnerable citizens, while at the same time being very intentional about well representing and caring for the agencies responsible for caring for those citizens, is tangible. You've gone from doing the basics during the pandemic, like providing PPE, to then supporting the sustainability of the Wayne County workforce. You are a bridge builder. You find solutions to public sector crises and systemic threats against this public health industry. And so thank you also for astutely doing all of that while you're leading one of the largest community mental health agencies in the country. And yet you still are very intentional, because you genuinely care for people, despite that role and heavy burden that you carry. And so it is our pleasure to recognize you this evening with the Regional and State Leadership Award for all that you do on behalf of children and adults in Detroit and Wayne County, as well as throughout the state of Michigan.
Dr. Allison Trippy, my sister friend. Dr. Trippy was born in Detroit and went to the University of Michigan for undergraduate education. She attended Michigan State Medical School and was able to go through Authority Health's pediatric residency program. Dr. Trippy is experienced as a supervising physician for community medicine rotation at Authority Health and is one of the pediatricians at Hope Family Health Center based at Hope Academy. As the attending physician for pediatric residents, Dr. Trippy introduced each new physician to a collaborative, integrated care model of treatment in partnership with BFDI, it's behavioral health staff. Dr. Trippy also works part-time as an emergency intake site for migrant children. I will have more to say to you after this video.
I do think that this is a job I'm meant to be doing. I know that being a pediatrician is what my life's calling is. Hi, I'm Allie Trippy. I'm an outpatient pediatrician, and I get to be the physician to oversee the community medicine rotation at Authority Health. Something that I love about what I do is just building the relationships with the kids and the families, earning their trust, and being able to help alleviate discomfort or any suffering in children, however that may look for them. I say it the MAs are probably sick of how often I say it at clinic. I'm always like, man, you never know what somebody's going through. Sometimes your instinct is to come in a little sharp, a little feisty, and so you gotta push that down, because I was like, okay, hey, oh, we haven't seen them in a few years, and then it turns out they've been homeless, they've been dealing with that. One of the mom's friends had an overdose that morning, and the girl had lost her father and one of her main father figures in the past 8 months to murder. So it's just I have no idea what these kids are enduring, and they just walk in normal, you would never suspect it. So yeah, in work and in life, just coming in with gentleness first, because people are going through things that I can't even imagine. And just getting this award makes me want to be a lot better, because to try to earn all of that kindness. Working with Black Family Development has made a huge impact on me, and I was really drawn to it because we could treat the whole patient where they were at, which always made sense to me. And there was such an amazing group of people, an amazing team, which you need for integrated care, to kind of put that in place. So Mrs. Kenyatta Stevens, Dr. Shelton, wonderful Dr. Carolyn Custer in community medicine, all these people came together to use their talents to build up families, and that's so important. And integrated care in Detroit and everywhere, I think, has always been important, but with COVID, it's just sort of revealed that. At an integrated clinic, we can provide more resources in one visit, as opposed to just putting more and more work on the family, which sometimes we can't control all of that. But I just think that them being able to access everything in one visit, it builds up their trust in us. I think they know that we care about them, and it also just gives better outcomes. It's easier to be healthy as opposed to making them work so hard when they're already doing so much. At another clinic, it's not it's bad, but it's harder on the families, and it's harder on the providers, because we feel you can feel a little helpless when you can't offer more resources that you'd want to, other than just physical health. I would like kids to grow up feeling good about themselves. That is what I would want, to feel empowered is that word we use, right? But I want them to feel good and capable and healthy and strong, and just knowing that they are enough. Physically, they're enough. Mentally and emotionally, they are enough. You are so good at your core. That's what I really want them to know that, because they make me feel that way all the time.
Dr. Trippy. You're amazing. Dr. Trippy, as a result of your caring and intentional approach to care, I could recall a few young men who thought about meeting with you for an appointment and then completing suicide. However, they met with you, they shared with you, they listened to you, and they left that appointment inspired and decided against it. Your ability to communicate without judgment is second to none. It is a gift, it is a talent, and I'm personally inspired by it. So tonight, Dr. Trippy, it is our pleasure to recognize you this evening for the Integrated Health Life Changer Award. Thank you for all that you do for every young person's life that you touch and for your committed dedication. Dr. Trippy.
The Reverend Doctor, it is your turn. Reverend Dr. Wendell Anthony is a native of St. Louis, Missouri. He was educated in the Detroit public school system, graduated from Wayne State University with a BA in political science, Marygrove with an MA in pastoral ministry, and became the pastor of Fellowship Chapel in December of 1986, following the passing of Reverend James E. Wadsworth Jr. Through the grace of God and the labor of ministry, the church has experienced its greatest growth in its 55-year history. Currently, Reverend Dr. Wendell Anthony is a member of the NAACP National Board of Directors, and he is serving his 15th term as president of the Detroit branch. It is a position that he has held for 28 years. The Detroit NAACP is the largest branch in the country, and it hosts the largest annual sit-down dinner in the nation, bringing approximately 10,000 persons together every year to commemorate and celebrate the struggle for justice, freedom, and equality. Reverend Anthony is the founder of two nonprofit advocacy and political activism nonprofits. Additionally, he is the originator of the Take Your Souls to the Polls voter registration and mobilization program. During the pandemic, you, Reverend Doctor, were very busy making sure equity was demonstrated to the children of our community. And so in 2020, he led and coordinated the Connected Futures program with business and corporate leaders. So what did that do? It raised $23 million to provide laptops and Wi-Fi for the 51,000 DPSCD students. Thank you. He is the recipient of the 2021 NAACP Image Award for Activists of the Year. I don't think any of us are surprised by that. And he is in the 16th year of a $60 million project that he is entitled The Village, which was the building of what is now the new Fellowship Chapel community, the church itself. But in addition to that, 140 units of soon-to-be developed multifamily homes and senior citizen residences. Reverend Anthony is married to his beautiful wife, Monica. Monica, you want to wave hello? And they are the proud parents of 3 adult daughters and young, beautiful Wendelea, okay, Anthony, who's also here. So you want to wave, sweetheart? And so after this video, we have a few more words for you.
I'm Reverend Wendell Anthony, pastor Fellowship Chapel, United Church of Christ, and president, Detroit branch, NAACP. And welcome to the chapel. This used to be all burnt out houses. It used to be torn up bricks and rock and sidewalk, weeds as tall as I'm sitting here, where my pulpit sits. Used to be a dope house, now it's a hope house. I guess helping people, when you ask me that question, you know, there are times when I get discouraged to the degree that, am I really making a difference? Are we really making a difference? Is anybody listening out there? Do people listen to us when we're talking about take your souls to the polls? Are people helping folk when we go to Africa and take medicine and take food and take prosthetic materials and take cargo? I mean, does that, I know we're making a difference there, but is anybody picking that up? And then whenever I find myself being somewhat discouraged, I'm always at a post office or a supermarket, and it never fails. Somebody will come up and say, "You that preacher, aren't you?" And I say, "Well, what preacher do you mean?" They say, "Anthony, Reverend Anthony." "You that preacher?" And I say, "Yeah." And then they will say, "Thank you. Thank you for what you're doing in the community. Thank you for making a difference in our lives." And so those kinds of things inspire me to continue to do this work. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to Black Family Development. I've always respected the organization. Alice Thompson and Gerald and so many others have been inspiring, and so thank you. I think that when you talk about a legacy, you're talking about something that you leave, a pathway, a marker, a blueprint that somebody will want to follow. And I've had people that have left markers for me. My mentor, Reverend Wadsworth, my father, James Patton, my grandmama, my mama. All of those people have laid down markers for me. Noah Brown Jr., Wayne State University. Obviously the heroes and sheroes of history, the Malcolms, the Sojourners, the Harriets. But in terms of just seeing the grace and the thanks of people, being able to make a difference in the lives of people, being able to get people to recognize that they have worth and that they are valuable. All these things have fed each other. The NAACP, the church, my community involvement, it has all led to this. And I guess that's why Black Family Development thinks that we have done something worthy enough to have some kind of legacy. Thank you all, I appreciate that. All of this, when you put it together, has helped me to understand that I'm here for a purpose, and I intend to squeeze every drop out of the purpose that I have been given and the privilege to be able to serve and to lift up lives and visions and hopes and aspirations of people.
So, Reverend Doctor, by that applause, I think a lot of people in this room believe you've done something pretty awesome to deserve recognition. Your 50-year contributions to the fight for civil liberties and equal representation are really the building blocks of liberty upon which those of us here at BFDI serve our community every day. That legacy of service that you've demonstrated runs through our city and through the veins of this generation of Detroit advocates. We needed your leadership to know what advocacy looks like. It is our pleasure to recognize you this evening with the Living Legacy Award for all that you do and have done and prayed for and fought for on behalf of Detroit Michiganders, U.S. citizens, and really those in need of hope around the globe. We salute you in your life's work. So we are near the end portion of our program, and this will be the last time I have an opportunity. I'm going to wave at my 9-year-old. He's been waving at me all evening, and so I have to. But I'm going to take a little bit of liberty before Evrod comes up, sings the final 2 songs, and you'll hear closing remarks from our board chair, and then the benediction from our Reverend Dr. Anthony. But I want to take this moment to first of all ask that each of you give a round of applause to our own Jalen Beatty, who's in the sound booth. He has made these videos. Jalen has been one of our boys and young men of color. He has met President Obama himself. He is a recent graduate of the Center for Creative Studies, and you see his talent. He also produced our virtual event last year at this time. So Jalen, thank you for what you do in your partnership. I want to also take liberty because the reason why I'm able to do what I'm able to do is because of the people in this corner. So I have to first recognize my husband. He is an awesome man. So I just need you all to know that. And I have our 3 boys with us, but I also have my mothers. And so, my mother, Bonnie McClendon, I thank you for raising me and doing such an awesome job as a mama for all 4 of us. So thank you. And then my mama-in-law in love, Miss Corliss Stevens. She has been a mama who has a heart of gold, and I thank you for that. And I also want to recognize the dignitaries in the room. And so we have been blessed not only with our beautiful Commissioner Monique, but also we have our Assistant Secretary of State for the entire state of Michigan in our presence today. And so we want to recognize Mr. Hester Wheeler and his beautiful bride, Jennifer, as well. And so we would like to offer to you, the Wheeler family, and to Ms. Baker McCormick, that you can take one of these arrangements as gifts as you leave, please. So thank you for what you've done. I'm going to make sure I've covered it. I think for me, for right now, I just, again, can't tell you enough to our online audience. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for your donations. Thank you for Evrod. And I just want to say thank you to our BFDI team and board of directors for all that you've done and all that you do every day. These are men and women who literally work tirelessly day and night to make sure families and needs are met. And so we thank you. And so with that, I will step down, and Evrod, you have the floor.
I think what I love the most about what I do, aside from getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning every single day, going on the air from 4:30 to 7, and then again at noon on WDIV Local 4, is what I do off the air that I enjoy the most. And I got the chance to meet Mrs. Stevens not too long ago. I mean, it was just over a year ago. And it's being able to be in spaces like this that I get to use what it is that I love to do, which is to write music and to perform, and to use that as a way to give back. I love being able to be out and see people in the community. And that just really inspires me to be able to be a part of the greatness that's happening here in the city of Detroit. So I want to give it up to Mrs. Kenyatta Stevens for all the work that she does with BFDI. It's a pleasure to know you, an honor to be a part of the work that you're doing here tonight. And I do want to point out, she hand-selected each of the songs that I'm doing here tonight. She listened to my entire catalog and gave me a list and said, these are the songs that I would love for you to do. So I want to close with two Christmas songs for you because 'tis the season, you know. One song that you all know, so you can sing along with me. But this one that we're going to begin with is a song that I wrote not soon after we found out that we were having a baby girl. So the story, you know, continues with this song as we were getting ready to celebrate Christmas. This is Christmas Lights. I actually sang it at the Thanksgiving parade in 2020. This is Christmas Lights.
Oh yeah. It ain't even 5 a.m. and the kids is coming in saying, "Mommy, Daddy, wake up! It's time to see what Santa brought us. Pour the coffee, put on Christmas music, talking about tradition. This is how we do it. It's that time of year to show the loved ones you care. Baby, it's Christmas and it's open outside. Kiss me tonight. It's Christmas, and I thank God above for sending His Son. It's Christmas. I hope you get everything on your list when the stars shine bright. Hold me close tonight under the Christmas lights. This Christmas means the world to me and my family. It's the last Christmas till we're a party of five. What a surprise! Pour the coffee, put on Christmas music, talking about tradition. This is how we do it. Hold your loved ones close, and the whole world knows. Baby, it's Christmas, and it's snowing outside. Come with me tonight. It's Christmas, and I thank God above for sending His Son. It's Christmas. I hope you get everything on your list and the stars shine. Hold me close tonight under the Christmas light. And when it's cold outside, you don't have money to buy. Things ain't what you need. It's love for you and me. God sent His Son on this day. Joy to the world, peace on earth, celebrate. Celebrate. Come give me a thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for sending your Son. It's Christmas. I hope you get everything on your list when the stars shine bright. Hold me close tonight under the Christmas lights. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. And this next song, I think you all knew. We can get right into this next one. I want each and every one of you to have a Merry Christmas, okay? We're in that season. I know there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the world right now, but I hope this song helps get you in the spirit. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are, as in olden days, happy golden days. They pray to wanted to us, gathered it to us once more. We all will be together. If the fate of life ain't the shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry Christmas. Through the years, we all will be together. If the fate of life ain't a shining star on the highest bough, yeah, and have yourself a merry little Christmas. Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. Thank you so much. And thank you for your support of Black Family Development Incorporated. Well, what a night, huh? Thank each and every one of you for coming out here tonight. This has been an incredible, incredible evening. Thank you for all of you for being a part of tonight, and it has been my pleasure to serve as your MC and your special guest performer for the 2021 fundraiser. Last year was virtual. Remember that one as well. And in closing, we know that each of us have our own celebrations of praise that should never be silenced. Sharing your victories encourages others, and it sheds light, a light of hope that darkness cannot hide. Do you believe that? Please join me in welcoming to the stage right now BFDI's board chair, Mr. Charles Beckham, for our closing remarks. Let's give him a round of applause.
Wow. What an evening. Gotcha. She's still giving orders. What an evening, huh? Unbelievable. One more round of applause for all of you for being here. So on behalf of the board of directors of this absolutely great organization, let me thank you for joining us this evening and tonight's celebration of praise. To our online guests, wherever you are out there in cyberspace somewhere, thank you for interacting throughout tonight's event. And we've been blessed this evening by a remarkable MC. Evrod, I'm never going to look at no News 4 again the same way. Reverend, every time I look at him now, I'm gonna wait for him to jump out from behind there and start singing, you know. Don't mess around and get fired, though. All kidding aside, absolutely outstanding. Thank you very much for blessing. Another round of applause. Evrod Cassimy. And for those who are interested in supporting his music, like he said earlier, stop by the table. He's a true musician. He's got some tapes and CDs and et cetera up there. Don't hesitate to buy them. We salute each of the event sponsors, the scholarship awardees, and the community leadership honorees. Your work shines a light in this world. And Kenyatta wants me to make sure I recognize the greeters, all of the young men that have done an absolutely fabulous job for us. Thank you all very much. We appreciate it. You've kept some of us older folk from falling down the steps. So thank you to our guests who have provided the gifts for the children of the city of Detroit. These gifts will bring holiday smiles to the parents and those who wrap them for the kids. Please be sure to follow BFDI on our social media handles. We have many of them. We'd love to stay connected with you and stay with us as our online participants. My good friend, the Right Reverend Wendell Anthony, is going to provide us with the benediction this evening as we close out this 2021 annual fundraiser. I want to add that once the benediction is done, I want to make sure that all of our honorees and our board members come back to the stage so that we can do one final photo that Bill's going to take for us this evening. And so with that, let me wish all of you and each of you a very happy, safe, and careful holiday season. Thank you all for coming out. This was great. Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie. I know we are in a certain kind of generation, but I don't think Evrod has no tapes up there. Ain't no 8 tracks up there, my brother. Ain't no diamond in the rough, son. Diamond in the back, son. Ain't none of that up there. He might have some CDs and DVDs. They ain't got no tapes up there, though. I know, Charlie. I know. I'm in the forgiveness business, but let me say thank you to Black Family Development, and let me congratulate all of the honorees for the service that they have given to the community and their families. Both Monique Marks and Monique McCormick and Dr. Tribbett and of course, Eric Dorr. And we just thank you and thank Alice. And I know Gerald is smiling Gerald Smith, who was a very, very good brother, good friend, and whose spirit hovers over all of this. And we remember him. We have not forgotten Gerald and the work that he has done. I don't know if you noticed Chantel Phillips when she came up here and she was making her remarks. And as she was trying to take her mask off, it got kind of caught on her earring. And I have to commend her. She didn't break a stride. She kept going. She kept focused. She was on point, and it didn't faze her. And that's the indication of the kind of woman and the kind of future she has. She's going to stay focused, and she's going to do what she does. And Black Family Development has stayed focused. Kenyatta, to come behind Alice Thompson is in and of itself a monumental task, because it ain't but one Alice Thompson, and we all know who that be, and that's that woman sitting right there, Alice Thompson. And so, but you're such a nice person, and Alice could not have done a better job than having you to come behind her and to continue it on in the way with your own style, your own grace, and your own power, and your staff. And we commend you. And Evrod, I don't know when you go back to WDIV 4 and you're doing the news, and I don't know whether or not you're going to be doing weather or whether you're going to bust out into a song. Let me just say this. I was thinking the same thing Charlie was. Let me just, one of these news things, you ought to just say, before we leave tonight, I got something to say to y'all. And just bust wide open with a song, man. Ain't nothing they can do. You got the mic. Ain't nothing they can do. Hey, man, what y'all think? Ain't nothing they can do. The opportunity of a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of the opportunity. Take advantage of the opportunity. Now, they call me up here to pray, so let me just say a word of prayer. And let me you might want to thank my wife and my daughter who enabled me to do what I do. I could not do it without them, and the Lord knew what I needed, because I don't have to worry about too many other things. She handles everything else. I can just do what I do. I can remain focused. So we thank her and all of you. God, we thank you. We pause just to say thanks. In the midst of all this madness, you still give us gladness. We remember the least of these, for there, but by the grace of God, go any of us in this season of thanksgiving, in this season of anticipation, in this season of Advent. We pausing for the great event by which you came into this world. And so we still need you. We need you now more than ever before. We need your grace, your mercy, your power, and your goodness. Bless Black Family Development. Hold Black Family Development. Continue to mold Black Family Development. But we know that according to the old African proverb, the ruin of a nation begins in the homes of its people. Likewise, the strength of all nations rests on the foundation of its people. Continue to rest and bless the foundation of Black Family Development Incorporated. And as you bless them, we'll continue to give you the honor, the glory, the majesty in all that we do and all that we are. Let those who love God, who are called according to his purpose for every good work here and beyond, all say, amen.
Good night. If we could have the honorees and board members please come to the stage.